Hello, I'm going to do the welcome bit today. Welcome to So Says Cares. Disclaimers, these are just my thoughts and opinions, and also I swear. I just wanted to quickly talk about queer Starmer, right? Two-tier queer, right, has outdone himself yet again. If you've not watched it, please go watch it. The interview that I don't even know what they were doing. I've just seen the clip, and then I've got a friend who's just sent me the clip again. I watched it yesterday. Thought, God, do a video on that. That's just fucking ridiculous. And then I've got a friend who's and this is why we should never, ever, ever, please never think that it's not doable, that we cannot change anything, right? Because this young lady is normal. She's a normal everyday person, and she sent me this going that can't stand the man. There is a chance for people to wake up. Like there always is. There is always a day, like those of us who, you know, like have, and please don't confuse awake with woke. Completely different ends of the spectrum. But people who've woken up and understood that we're living in a world that basically is a big bag of bullshit. The world that we live in is literally fashioned so that a tiny few people never have to worry about a thing. And I've been thinking lately, let me know if you agree with me on this one, but I'm like, you know, like, what if the reason, because obviously, well, not obviously, but as I've been saying lately, you know, like Islam, Christianity, Judaism, like all religions were set up to war with each other constantly, right? Which is not like religious, you know, like any pure religion comes down to love. And we've got Christianity, and like, to be fair, Christianity ain't doing a lot of head chopping off these days. Islam totally is choppy head off thing. Just and it's not just England. Right, just watch this video earlier on of this Muslim. They have Muslim mayors in America as well. Right, death to the West didn't even fucking happen. 9/11 didn't even fucking happen. Oh mate, literally silence. I kill you. Right, this mayor had changed one of the roadside names to this bloke who supported Hezbollah and Hamas and a general thingy Muslim. You know, the extreme ones. Right, radical Islam. That's the one, isn't it? Radical. Like a bad man, fully in to kiddie rape, because you can't be a proper Muslim until you're perfect like Muhammad. Muhammad slaughtered people and had sex with a 9-year-old. So I keep going on about, well, he married her when she was 6. He'd been married to her for 3 years before he took her virginity. Come on. You know what I mean? I bet she was gagging for it by that time, by the age of 9, innit? Oh, God, I've been married to this guy for 3 years. And not even started my period yet, but God, I want some shag. Right, anyways, so to be a proper a proper Muslim, you have to emulate Muhammad. That is the thing. I'm sorry, I'm repeating old videos, but they don't get watched, so I'll just repeat the video. You have to emulate Muhammad, who is seen as perfect. This guy had 9 wives, serviced them all because he had the stamina of 30 men, because they believe if you get sperm up your arse, that gives you man powers. I ain't making this shit up, mate. I've got the videos if anybody wants to. Literal insanity, that religion. Literal fucking insanity. They bugger young boys to make them into men, because if they put sperm up their arsehole, they become men. You couldn't make it up, mate. But you're told you can't look, because then you're Islamophobic. And this dude, right, there was a white guy, and it was called Ted apparently, stood up and said to this guy, I don't think that we should celebrate this man. He was all about the murder. This Muslim mayor said to this fucking American guy, you are Islamophobic, and I know you live here, but you're not welcome here. This is the world that we're living in now, and they'll keep on saying it until it makes fucking sense, because literally it is going on, peeps. Anyways, back to fucking Queerface, right? The big old ham-gammon of a man, right? And he's there with Donald Trump, and I knew... Was it the Beth lady? I don't know. But I know I recognised her voice. And she said, she asked the commander-in-chief, basically, can you, or commander-in-chief, not the commander-in-chief, said to him, like, are we still a Christian country? Because the Muslim takeover of the UK is getting too big now for people to not fucking notice. Are we still a Christian country? And something about 15,000 people being arrested for social media posts. Do we still have free speech? So what do you think that old queer said? Do you think he said, like, oh, of course we're a Christian country, we'll always be a Christian country, Christianity comes first, blah, 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 blah? No, he did not. What he did say was, of course we're Christian. I'm christened. Right, I'm pausing for effect, right? He carried on with them, right? So I am pausing for effect, but that is what that man said. Of course, we're still a Christian country. I was christened. You remember that thing where he said, like, I know exactly what it's like to do a 15-hour a day week or whatever, because my dad did it. So you don't know exactly, because to know exactly you would have had to have done it yourself. Lie, spin, bullshit. This is how much we can trust our leader, who in essence should be the best human being to represent us all. That is what the Prime Minister is meant to be. That is not what that man, and I use the term loosely, is. He is a liar. Nobody likes that man unless they're Muslim. Muslims fucking love him, because he's part of the agenda, along with the king, to hand the country over to them. But at the end of the day, like I said yesterday, it's never going to fucking take. You've got too many people who have independent thought. We would have to lose intelligence to all convert to Islam. Because there is you cannot have a level of intelligence and see that as the way forward. Because, or unless your level of intelligence is completely attached to ego and greed. If you're a greedy bastard, if you're a greedy, thick as fuck, egotistical fucking psychopath, perfect religion for you, mate. Personally, do not believe in any religion. I will take down Christianity. Not as much as Islam, because Christianity isn't about chopping people's heads off and fiddling with kids. So I do, I have a favourite out of the two. Big fan of keeping kids safe myself. Big fan of women being able to walk home from work at night without getting raped. Huge fan of that. Keir Starmer, sucking it can't. Absolutely no fucking way. Another liar. Sucking it can't. Queer Smarmer, right? Both bedfellows. Marseille. If you've watched The Boys, you might know what I'm on about. Marseille. Yeah, but lies. And then about the free speech thing, right? So we're still a Christian country. It's like, yes, we celebrate different faiths. No, we don't celebrate different faiths. We are a different faith. You are leading us down a path of Islam, right? As a leader, you are leading us into Islam. That is your modus operandi. That is your agenda, because that's what you have been told by your bosses that you have to do, that you have to be the public face for. Remember when Tony Blair was the fucking the face for the Iraq and Afghanistan war? He was brought in. That's why he went from earning £950 a day as the head of a fucking country to basically, when he was done and he was grey and he was wizened, he went on to earning £53,000 a day as a financial consultant to JP Morgan when he'd run a country into the ground. He was earning 53 grand a day as a financial consultant for the banking cartels, who ultimately told him what to fucking do. Because the people who stole the secrets in the beginning, I will explain that one day when we get to that part. You know, like we're not there yet. Nobody will understand. And that's not being condescending. That's just, do you know what I mean? It's weird as fuck. It is weird as fuck. But he basically, on the order of the Freemasons, went and was the public face for an agenda. David Cameron did it too. Like, by the time he'd finished, he looked fucking like it drains them. And Starmer as well. He will walk out of it because it's got to get to you. Everybody hating you. He really is a wanker. He really is a thoroughly deplorable human being. He is the public face of an agenda, and that when he gets out, somebody else will come in and carry it on. Because no matter what, whether it's been a Conservative or Labour government for the past 30 years, the Muslims have been getting the foothold in, the chokehold on the British public. Anyway, back to the thing. So, Queer said that basically, yes, of course, we're a Christian country, because he was christened himself personally. So therefore, the whole of the UK, we're still a Christian country. Yes, of course, we celebrate other faiths, but, you know, like, core values, blah, 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 blah. As to the 15,000 arrests for social media posts, didn't even fucking touch it, mate. He went on and said, yes, England, we have free speech. We've always had free speech, and we will fight for our free speech. We will fight to the death for our free... Go on then, mate. He's offered. Oh, please let him have said that, because I want him called out on it, mate. If you want to fight to the death for the free speech that we don't have, you're going to lose straight away, and you won't be missed. Do you know what I mean? I don't think that's what he said. That's what he said, though. Wouldn't it be lovely if he did, and people had to be held to account for their words? So 15,000 people. He just said that, like, yes, we have free speech. We have the best free speech. We have the best free speech. And basically went on to but we must protect children from paedophilia. Let's go back to the Islam thing, should we? You know, a whole religion that you're giving our country over to, that when they say themselves, right, I have all of this footage, please get in touch if you want the proof, right? I have a folder of this on YouTube that have said, once they take over the Western world, they are going to take us as slaves, and they will trade us on the market. Right? And we will be used for sex, and we will be used for labour. This is what Islam thinks it's going to do with the West. Still, 24 years on from 9/11, still fucking haters. We're giving them our land and our job titles. We're letting them in positions of power. Knowing full well, because I found this out in 4 months. Don't even tell me the people in fucking government ain't known this for the past 30 years while they've been doing it. All I remember is when I was in my 20s, there was a big thing where white people started getting turned down for jobs because, like, literally Muslims were so fucking, you're being racist, that people had to start giving them the jobs over white people so they didn't kick off. That's 30 years. So I'm saying 30 years myself, because I remember that happening in my lifetime. The job thing, you got people given jobs literally because of the colour of their skin, which, I'm sorry to point this fucking out, is racism. There is a racist fucking people, a whole racist clan in this country, and it ain't the whites. In fact, we're quite often the victim of it. Anyways, so yeah, again, he's like, yeah, we've got to protect kids from paedophiles online and suicide sites. The suicide sites again. They've gone out. So according to Keir Starmer, right, in answer to this lady's question, she asked, what about the 15,000 people who've been arrested for social media posts? His answer, they've all been, 15,000 people have been arrested for social media posts so we can protect kids from suicide sites and online paedophilia. That's his answer. But we do have free speech. Thus far, completely negating the 15,000 people who've been arrested for social media posts. I'm waiting, mate. I'm waiting, because I'm gobbier than most, let's face it. But I haven't said anything that is factually inaccurate. Not a one. Even the big group of fucking naked black men who rogered Mohammed all night long while his mate Abdullah, he said, you sit at the other fucking side of this. Do not cross this line, mate, because you might see me getting rogered by 30 naked black men all night long, mounting him, riding him all night long. Actual said that it's happened. Him, like, taking his wife's virginity when she's 9 actually happened. Muslims are told that they have to be like him because he's perfect. These are all facts that literally, if I was to say it and tell that American mayor, he would just go, you're Islamophobic. And that is got away with in this country. Do you know what I mean? I'm doing it again. I am obsessed. But the reason that our country is being invaded right now is because we have been told not to talk about it, and we have been told not to listen to it. So nobody knows that these guys, let's just have another dig just before we go. Get the roses round. I had, funnily enough, a Muslim lady comment on one of my TikTok videos yesterday, and she's like, if your community loved your local pub so much, why didn't you club together to buy it? It's like, if I'd have known that was an option, mate, I'd have took out a loan. Well, I wouldn't took out a loan, I don't borrow money, but I'd have saved up, you know what I mean? I'd have put some in. I've got my name, there's one in Hinckley, right, that's been shut down, and I am on the list for, if they get the go-ahead to buy that, I'm going to put into that pub that's in Hinckley. If I was given an option for that, for the one here, if there'd have been an option, I'd have done that. But I just replied to her, it's like, club together, that's not me. But our community, we don't have a community. Right, I was part of a community project, right, until I was ousted because I don't fit in, right, because our everything community is run by our Labour ward councillors, and I'm sorry, girls, but you don't know what you're doing. And you can't arrest me for that either, I don't think, because I have one of them on video saying that there's no proof of Muslim grooming gangs, so probably why I've not been arrested yet, because I don't know. But yeah, it's like, that was never an option. Do you know what I mean? Everything that we do as a community has to go through our Labour ward councillors, and I was a part of that. I was a part of our local community orchard, which isn't on any maps, right? You can't, because I got a thing about it on Facebook, an ad for all the community orchards in Leicester, and that one ain't on it, right? And I don't see anything happen. It's over the road. I can see it as soon as I step to the end of my driveway. It's right there, right? So it was perfect for me because I've got MS and I literally pants and useless and whatever. It was perfect for me. This thing is meant to, it ticks all the boxes on fucking the mental health of the community. The community ain't allowed in. Literally. I was ousted because I was giving them ideas of how to get people there for a fun day, and I was told categorically, no, do not, because I'm like, oh, I'll tell the bloke from the radio. He can, give a little thing. And I was told, no, you can't. There will be too many people. We don't want people coming. It is an allotment for about, when I was there, about three groups of people. Like a man and his wife and their family when they, people would turn up to see their family members when their family members were there. It's not open to the public. I used to have a key. I'd go over there on my own just to do some weeding and shit like that because I loved the place. It was so good for my mental health, and I left in fucking tears. And I really thought that I'd made mates with our old ward counsellor. Do you know what I mean? And when I make friends with somebody, I give them my heart, right? And when I left there, I was in fucking tears because I'd just walk in and I'd walk over somewhere. People would be talking, see me talking, they'd be like, oh, but you didn't see the Bears game last week? Hell of a game. They were blatantly talking about me. I didn't fit in there. I'm me, apart from anything else. They talked about book club and, it was clicky as fuck. Mean girls business. And our local ward counsellors are mean girls. If you don't lick their arse, they don't want to know. Mate, if you, like I say, the mosque, 250 people, and not all of them were from this area. They were allowed to vote from outside of the area to say, oh, well, when we come there, we want somewhere to pray. Right? Here, in the actual area, 2,500 people signed a petition and said no. 870 actually sat and wrote a written objection. That is a no. We're not, literally, and that is just indicative of the whole country, because that's how government is working as well. Be it local government or, major government, they do it the same way. We're doing what we want to do. Your opinion isn't wanted. Well, I'm not tied in with any official body anywhere. And I will continue to speak my fucking voice. And I ain't going to name anybody. Because I don't want to get into trouble. And I don't want to slip myself up. Because the people that I am serving, the people that I am fighting for, are the same people who want to shut me the fuck up. It's everybody. It's all of us. Muslims included. We've all been lied to by them bastards, and I will make it make sense, or I will fucking die trying it. And on that note, it just said 2323. Woohoo, we're going numbers. If you can, if you want to, please consider subscribing to me, because you won't see me again, because I ain't promoted anywhere. Please consider liking, just in case that bumps the video up. And is there anything else? Subscribing as well. Yeah, please consider subscribing. Did I say subscribing first? And sharing as well. And if you made it till the end, I owe you a bevy. And there's a group of lovely ladies that we need to get that sorted out now. Girls, let's be chatting. We need a night out, methinks. We need a good old somewhat positive, because everything's just too negative now. I mean, we need to keep each other afloat, apart, because we can't help anybody else unless you can't pour from an empty cup, kiddos, all right? But To everyone, if you made it to the end, I owe you a bevy. Let's sit and chat. The world has got this state because people aren't allowed to speak. And fuck that, mate. Anyways, thank you for being here. Please come back and never forget that I love you all. Bye.